Okay, there it is. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife. That's number 9. So think about number 6 and number 9. You shall not commit adultery. Number 9, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife. What the fuck? Pretty much the same thing. It's double trouble. You're definitely going to go to hell if you don't forgive, if you don't make up for it. I'd worry. That's why I've never cheated, physically or sexually. I was always fearful. So, number 10, you shall not covet your neighbor's goods. Well, that's the hell of a deal when you're going through divorce. An ex-spouse is going to fucking take as much as they can. But not only that, there's always somebody coaching. Neither one of my wives were that sharp. They had coaches, the parents, their boyfriends, their attorneys, civil court, the judge. I knew that. So I had to just make a deal. Just make a deal. So 40 years later, you know what's funny? My first wife hates me. And she shows it to everybody still after 40 years. That's how bad it is. That's how bad the 10 Commandments and the guilt. And she's going to hate me talking about this because my kids are going to listen to this. And my kids are already suffering. They know, but they're in denial. But after 40 years, now they're going to see that Dad had to be honest. Dad had to speak the truth. I'm not speaking the truth for them. I'm speaking the truth for you. My religion, my faith is very strong. Now, do I believe in the Catholic Church? Not everything. No, not the church. But I have my faith. I have the Bible. I have my buddies that have their faith and belief. This is not unusual, the 10 Commandments. I just want to talk about it because there's too much resentment and bitterness about the past with a lot of my comments that I receive. And, Rock, are you angry? No, I'm not angry. But I want to show you that, listen, you're going to get over this. Yeah, we got fucked. Yes, we got fucked. But you know what? Long term, just so you do what's right in your life, it's kind of like an addiction, getting over an addiction. When you hit bottom, I hit bottom with my divorce when I was 33. It changed my life. It changed my friends. It changed my career. It changed my priorities, my accountability, my responsibility, and I went to my faith. And yes, I would fall off the wagon off and on, but I'll tell you, in those 40 years, I feel I'm a great dad. I feel like I kept my promises. I kept my covenants. I kept my sacraments. I kept my God. Yeah. That's how good I feel about this. So my message basically is to say, hey, let's tone it down. I think I've said enough about, the battleground. Well, guess what? There's no more battles. Once you're through it, the war's been won. You've won the war. You don't have to go you don't have to go back to your vomit. Yes, your vomit, it's in the Bible. Don't go back to your vomit. How can you go back to a woman or a spouse that almost killed you? And you know what's really crazy? What's really crazy is the guy that she left for, wife number 1, the guy she left for, did not leave his wife for my ex-wife. And she opened up to the wife. And the wife had no clue that she was fucking the wrong horse. And he had 3 kids. And overall, within 6 months of my divorce, with the decree, and they won it all. I'm talking about it was a jackpot financially. Besides child support, besides every debt besides sending her to the best colleges and so on. I'm talking about my ex-wife. And lifetime spousal maintenance. The guy was killed in a car accident. Yes. Now, that could be on 2020. That could be on Dateline. That could be on 48 Hours. And no, I wasn't involved. I remember after he was killed in very early mornings, my brother called me and he says, Rock, I'm coming over with a bottle of champagne. I says, why is that? Didn't you hear? Dave was killed in a car accident. I'm coming over to celebrate. Guess what I thought? I was fucking in shock because I know he was exposed to my kids. And I'm like, oh, fuck. What's this going to mean? Didn't mean shit. She just suffered. 40 years later, never married, kept my name, embarrassed me. And now, I got to say how it is. Her brothers knew, they told me, her stepfather told me. There was a lot of adultery, a lot of coveting the neighbor's wife. It was terrible. That's what was the embarrassment, because now my kids know about it. But you know what? They're old enough. They're in their 40s. Are they doing it? I don't know. This is my YouTube channel to help others with hope and hopefully direction that things are going to get better. Your whole life is going to get better without her. And in my case, without them, those two. So that was today's session, is the 10 Commandments and what it meant to me in my first marriage. I will talk about my second marriage too, because I thought I picked the right horse after 22 years of being single in between wives. And you know what? God helped me through this one again. And when people say it's only money, it's hard to say it. But now that I have no obligations with 2 ex-wives and close to 30 years of alimony between the two, and plus 24 years, 25 years of supporting them, yes, it's in the 7 figures. Yes. But you know what? God help me. So, you can do this, man. Just slow down. The truth will come out. Don't do anything stupid, and be very careful, because you can get caught up, especially if there's a boyfriend in the background, because you don't know what they're willing to do. They're willing to take your family, the wife, your home, your possessions. It's all in the 10 Commandments. They don't care. There's no guilt. That's why I believe in karma. It's all going to come out. My ex-wives are alive, and this coming out, man, because I can say it, because it's the truth. And if they have something to say it. Get on YouTube. I don't have to go on trial anymore. I'm not going on trial. I'm not going to be fraudulent, being fraud against anymore, or stole your neighbor's goods. No. And thank God my kids turned out. That's what I'm proud of. So anyway, okay, this is long enough. There's going to have to be some splicing here with my team, but I want to get this out to just say, listen, it's not all bad, man, but I got 40 years of living without 2 wives. And hopefully my father will be 100. Maybe I got another 30 years to live. And I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to stick with the 10 Commandments, because I got guilt. I know what I did right, and I know what I did wrong. I'm old enough. And my parents taught me that. That's what I call a foundation. I had a great foundation. How embarrassing is it for these women, in my case, to go tell their parents? Yeah, Rock was a piece of shit. Rock was this, Rock was this. Yeah, and the parents are going, yeah, but he was a great provider. I can't take care of you. And by the way, most of them come back and say they're sorry. I'm talking about the parents and the relatives that say, yeah, my sister's a dumb fuck. I know it. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. And my kids, they got to have to learn for themselves. They know who I am because I've been trustworthy. I've been there. I got up and I showed up, man. I didn't show up. And these women that don't show up, guys, got to let them go, man. There's a lot of shit on TikTok and, women, pro men, non-pro men, dating. Bullshit. You don't need a woman. You don't need a woman. You know what I'm saying? I just wish I had a good, besides my mother, I wish I had a good mother for my children, but I can't control that. That's God's way. That's God's way. And she's got to do what she's got to do. So anyway, hey, listen, I pray, I hope, and I try not to worry, but I do. But I'll be back soon with another story. I got a lot coming, man. But now I'm kind of shifting gears just to let you know, hey, I'm moving on, and that's what I want you to do. Start moving on. It's not about the past, man. You're going to get through this. You're going to have highs and lows, depending on what stage you're in. If you're preparing for a divorce, if you're going through a divorce, or if you're post-divorce, everything takes time. It's like business. You just got to be patient. You got to have discipline and these baby steps. And that's why you have to have goals. My goals were raise the kids up right, get them good educations, get them to be good people, let them be people of integrity, hard-working people. Don't be a taker. I married takers, and their families were takers. That's a bad combination, man. That's why you got to be careful of making sure you pick the right horse. I'll talk to you soon. This is Rock, your divorce strategist. Talk to you soon.